Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert! This video may contain spoilers. A spoiler is something that happened in the episode that may ruin your first time viewing experience if you haven't seen the show yet. Aleigha and Nicole will not be held responsible for any aw man, dang it, or any other shock value reactions. Enjoy.
I don't know what to do, but my life happened, so it's been 3 weeks since we haven't gotten to 7. I can just say the same name as me. Who does that? I just don't care. Watch out, world, I'm grown now. What up, y'all? Nicole here. Nicole is to help you thrive during college and... What the heck? Ow! And this is Grownish Lesson! Quick recap of 60 seconds left, let's go! It's been 3 weeks since Cash and Zoe broke up, and she's having a very hard time getting through this situation. I mean, she's heartbroken, and her friends come through to help her through. The main things we're taking away from this episode is dealing with heartbreak and being there for your friends. First of all, Zoe got some real friends. Honestly, I don't even know how she has this many friends, let alone this many real friends, because everything always seems to be about her. All of her friends came together except for Luca. Where? You know what? Yo, where's Luca? Where? But everyone else, including Erin and Vivek and all her girlfriends, they all came together to be there for her, to talk her out of calling him and, you know, just trying to help her to boost her spirits and be there for her. But Erin probably was just stopping by to get some rebound booty. And Vivek was there because he was trying to get some blackout hookup from some girl across the hall. Boys are crazy. In this episode, we hear the stories from our other friends on how they deal with, you know, breakups and heartbreak, and even the guys versus girls perspective. So in this video, I'm just going to give a little bit of tips, a little bit of advice and guidance, especially for people who are in college who are going through a heartbreak, but really anybody can use, you know, this advice, at least, you know, from a girl's perspective, because I'm a girl, obviously. Heartbreak is something that most people will usually go through. Not all your breakups will be a heartbroken relationship, but some of them are. And it's hard to get through. The first thing that you want to do is allow yourself to be in this moment. Allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you're feeling. And for those who are probably into yoga, meditation, and know about mindfulness, you know exactly what I mean by this. It's like literally being in that moment, feeling what you feel, not judging it, and allowing yourself to just feel it. If you feel sad, acknowledge that you feel sad. Why do you feel sad? You know what I'm saying? All these emotions that's going on, just acknowledge it, don't judge it, and just let it be and let it flow and let it have its experience. You don't want to try to cover it up or stop it like, no, I'm not sad, no, you go that way, no, I am sad. Just let it be. The second thing you want to try to do is try to understand why they were placed in your life in the first place. You know that saying, people come into your life for either a season or a reason. Everybody comes into your life for a reason, even if that reason is just for a season. I believe that there is an underlying reason for everyone that we encounter, whether we're impacting their lives on some level or vice versa. It's not always a deep meaning, but if you was in like a full live relationship with somebody, then there is a bigger purpose behind why y'all were together and why this specific person got your heart and why that specific person had the ability to break it. Maybe you learned something about yourself. Maybe you were granted certain opportunities while being with this specific person. Maybe this person helped you discover the likes and dislikes of yourself, of people that you want to be with in future relationships. The options are endless. I can't really tell you what that thing is. That's self-discovery for you. The third thing that you want to do is think about some of the things that they used to do to just hurt your other listeners. Any of the times that they hurt you in some type of way, go back and think about those things and allow yourself, again, refer back to number 1. Be in that moment of how it made you feel and how it's making you feel right now and why you're feeling that way. This is very deep, y'all. Don't spend too much time on number 3. That's just something, that's just a little fun thing to do. Just like in the show, Nomi was like, you know what? Think of every bad thing about this person and I'm gonna keep pouring this bottle of vodka until you think of one bad thing to say. I actually probably would encourage you to play that with your friends. That will be very fun and entertaining for real. The fourth thing that you wanna make sure that you don't do is don't distract yourself. You know, in the episode, we see that Zoe's friends are trying to get her to go out and drink and all that stuff, and that's fine. Do that, but do not depend on it. Don't do it too much to the point where you're only doing it just to get your mind off of the breakup. A lot of times when people just broken up with somebody or they're going through a heartbreak, they turn to overeating, they turn to just sleeping their life away, excessive drinking, having sex with whoever, whatever, whenever, and even hopping into a new relationship. All of those things and plus more is nothing but a short-term fix. It's not gonna heal the wound. It's just stopping you from thinking about that person in that time. But you know what happens when you're alone? You will think about them. You know what happens when something happens that triggers a memory from them? You think about them. So instead of distracting yourself, do this next thing, which is focusing on something important in your life that involves progress. This could be working out, starting your own business, and if you're in college, aside from making sure that you're, focusing in your classwork and all that, go after some leadership positions on campus or in any of the organizations or clubs that you're involved in. And if you're not involved in any clubs or organizations, you need to get started. The difference between these things versus, the distractions such as sleeping your life away and eating and sex and drinking and all that, is that you're doing something that's actually going to benefit your life, make you more confident, and overall you won't be thinking about them in the moment. But when that moment is done, like when you're done campaigning and all that stuff versus after you just finish sleeping with this random person, the difference is your confidence is up here when it comes to focusing on something, and your confidence, well, your lack thereof, is way down here when you're doing things just to distract you. Think about it. You start a new business, you start a YouTube channel, you become a president of whatever org that you're a part of. That's gonna boost your confidence. That's gonna make you feel like you have purpose in something. Confidence and loving yourself, you guys, that is the thing that keeps you going, because you're doing it for you. You're not doing it for someone else. And everything starts. I ain't about to give y'all no advice about, oh, go block them on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and all that stuff. And, oh no, take a nice little picture, look good, send it to them, make sure you see it. And no. Doing those things just shows that you're actually thinking about them. And you don't want them to know that you're thinking about them, even if you really are. So stop trying to make them jealous and just do you. Because once you start doing you, the jealousy effect, it will just come. Because when people see that you're doing you and that you're doing your thing and you are unbothered, that's when they actually really start to care. But by that time, you're all moved on. You're like, okay, I'm over it. Because you moved on for you, not because you was trying to make somebody jealous or make somebody notice you or pay attention and all that. And the whole blocking thing, it can work. I personally never done that before. I mean, I guess because I've always just stayed cool with people. I don't know, I'll still talk to them. It takes time, of course, but I'm just that type of person. But they didn't have social media back in the day. Blocking them for blocking what? Especially if it's in a setting like school where you're gonna see them on campus all the time. You can't block them like that. So yes, blocking can work, but make sure you're doing the other steps that I, gave to you, and try it out and see if it works. Now with the whole being there for your friends, her friends really came through for her. Again, I don't know how she got this many friends, because we know how Zoe is, but be that type of friend. How they were with her. Be understanding, be open, try to be calm. And I know that it gets annoying, when somebody is going through a breakup. We don't really know if it's really a breakup, especially if they're still talking to them or if they're gonna go back talking to them, the next day after all the advice that you have given upon to them. But as a friend, you have to understand that people are going to do what they want to do regardless. And all you can do is be a friend to them. That's all you can do, is be there for them. Okay, we're back to normal. All right. So the overall message that we're gonna take from this episode is to be there for your friends, especially in the moments that they need you the most. And if you are the one that's going through a heartbreak, just know that this too shall pass. Allow yourself to be in that moment. Just don't stay in that space for too long. Thanks for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. Go ahead and check out some of the videos that I've done in the past over there. And go to LakeYnicole.com/shop to get you one of these Thrive Manifestos at $7. I will see you. You will see me in the next video. Bye. I'm hot and out of breath.